What's going on, guys? Snake Saberwolf Prenny here. With the Mid-Wars Master himself, David Chiparia. What's going on, Dave?
What's up, guys?
Doing a little casting tonight. My stream looks like shit. Please let me know if anybody's watching this. Because, I updated my XSplit and it doesn't seem to like me right now. But we have two teams with some very familiar players. Latin America versus Bandcamp, a.k.a. Homoeroticism, a.k.a. the beginning of the end, a.k.a. I don't know. Every week they change their name. And Bandcamp is a lot of very familiar players. Love, Drents, Chioli, the Real Black, and our favorite Brazilian player, Krazer. Yeah, I think I saw Chioli ringing for some high tier team the other day. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was Complexity? I could be wrong. Well, regardless, we're already in the picking phase of this game. And, well, I guess the banning phase. And it looks like pretty standard bans so far. Midas, Ravener, Behemoth. I guess Behemoth's not really that standard. Neither is Ravener. Midas is a I guess probably more of a preference pick than anything. One of the best offlaners in the game right now. But, I guess the last ban out, Warbeast. Typical first ban. That definitely falls under that category. Curious what we're going to see come out of these teams. I know that Latin America, a.k.a. Homoeroticism, a.k.a. the beginning of the end, has been playing a lot together recently. Or at least attempting to play a lot together. If you guys have watched any of our last ScrimCast, you've noticed that they haven't happened. But the team that was always available to play was actually Latin America. So, and I saw Drent's team was scrimming, I think, late last night. Like, maybe, yeah, I don't know. One of these past nights, they were scrimming late, like around 11 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight Eastern Time. And I did catch that. I think Formless, I think maybe it was Complexity versus Drent's team in the scrim. So, I don't know. Looks like we have our first couple picks, though. Damn, that was fast. Wasn't even paying attention. So it looks like we have first pick Ophelia, followed up by the Moria. Swaggy B comes back with the Magmus. Drents on the Moraxes. I guess obviously Love and Six are making these picks. Torture's picked up for Latin America, followed by Swiftblade. Been watching too much Dota. You forgot you had to sit in Horn games. Oh. I forgot. I need to do. Well, I guess I can do IC once I get into the game. But yeah. So right now we have, I guess, relatively decent AOE coming out from the Legion team with the Ophelia pick that I imagine Cool Dude 420, aka Chunks, aka Flanders, aka Ophelia, is gonna be playing. And we're in the second round of bans. Wow, I can't believe Parasite made it that deep. I cannot believe somebody didn't pick up Parasite. I guess, you know what? I think people covet the Moria pick too much. Because anytime somebody first picks Ophelia, I honestly believe that Parasite is the best possible pickup that you can have following that pick. It's like a just straight up counter pick. But people absolutely love Moria. So, I don't know. But, I guess the next two bands we have coming out here are Gemini and Cthulhu Font. Those are very interesting bands. I imagine Gemini is a preference band by Love. And Cthulhu Font is one of the better offlaners in the game, right up there with Midas. And then Repulsor comes back, and he's banned. So, I guess that's because nobody likes a Repulsor picker. So I don't know. What do you think we're going to see come out of these picks, Dave? We have two more bands left, but I don't know really if either team is going for a certain type of lineup. What do you think?
I'm definitely liking the Ophelia straight pick from 6, and just like you were saying, I'd like to see the Parasite be picked up, but the Moira as a support overall, I think, is just a really good support all around. But I do agree with the Parasite being the counter pick to the Ophelia as a straight pickup, you know, just to instant counter that. Does at least put the damper on the Ophelia, you know, in the jungle, especially if you jungle them together. Anyway, we got the Moraxes on the Hellborn side. I've seen the Moraxes work, and I've also seen the Moraxes fail. You got to get the early farm on the Moraxes, especially if you're going to send him suicide, which is probably what they're going to do. I mean, judging on the first three, but yet again, the Axis needs the PKs, and if we don't see that picked up early, this team, the Legion team, is just going to spiral out of control.
And it's one of those things that, now that you made a point about Moraxes, I didn't even realize it, but obviously it went Ophelia, Moria, Magmus, Moraxes. You would think, obviously, if we're dealing with counter picks here, a great counter pick to the Moria is the Moraxes. And the Legion team forewent that pick for Magmus. So I don't know if there's anybody on the Legion team that has like a really, a serious preference whenever it comes to playing Magmus. I mean, Magmus is one of those characters that can pretty much be played in any role. Obviously, we're going to see him probably go here in the mid lane with, I'm guessing, a sitter and a torturer. Bubbles is going to play the suicide role. Clanks will play the farmer that's possibly could be sat with the torturer, and then in the affiliate, it's dependent upon if the Hellborn team attempts to pick up a jungler. Yeah, but she could possibly go offensive jungle. But I mean, the lineups that they have right now, Moria, Moraxes, Swiftblade. You can play Swiftblade in the off lane. You could play Moria as a mid sit, a top sit. Moraxes, you could play him as a mid farm or top farm. It's like those characters have a lot of flexibility. So I'm really curious to see what we're going to see come out of the Hellborn team here. I mean, I imagine we're going to see possibly a jungle pickup, but their options are pretty limited at this point. I mean, they could go with something like a Tempest. Tempest is still up. Glacius, okay, so they possibly might have a classic lane. So if this looks the way that I think it's going to be, Moria and Moraxes together, unless they play Moraxes as the offlaner, and Swiftblade Glacius classic in the farm setup. So, and it looks like they picked up Maliken. I didn't know Probusk was in this game. So 6 is going to be farming it up on the Maliken. Let's see if he can carry the weight like Probusk does on this hero. I'll tell you what, of all the Honcasts that I watch, I've never seen a pro player play with the potential of that hero like Probusk does. It's like one of those heroes that whenever you're playing against druids, you either ban him or he's getting picked up like 100%. So I don't know. I hope 6 can shine with him. And it looks like they're going with the Puppet Master. So this is very interesting. About the lane setups, I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna go. I imagine they'll have a farming puppet. And they'll play Swift as the offlaner, but I don't know how you could pass up that classic lane. I mean, that's like a guaranteed lane win. And imagine the Maliken, I guess you could play, oh man, I don't know how they're going to play this. The farming Maliken, offlane Bubbles. I think the lanes are pretty set in stone whenever it comes to the Legion team. Ophelia jungle, Bubbles offlane, Magmus Torture middle, and I'm guessing that Maliken bottom. Possibly with the Torture, I'm not entirely sure. We'll
the Tort might set up as a roam.
Yeah, I guess I gotta get into the game here. Switch my screen. Alright, I need to set my my smoothing too. If you guys bear with me. What is it? Control F8. Alright, there we go. Oh man, so good. Camera smoothing. I love you so much. But I am going to do a little whisper. How do you do whisper to buddies? I forget what it is.
BM?
Is it BM?
Pretty sure.
Let everyone know on my friends list. All 3 people. Alright, we got the classic strat pause, my favorite type of pause, especially in scrims. Their Legion, I don't know who called that.
Hellborn.
Hellborn, I was going to say, because the Legion team, their lanes are pretty set.
Well, Drent's called it for, he said Skype, but...
okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm really curious what they're going to do with this lane setup. The only person that has any items on him right now is Puppet. Way too fast. But Drent's is ready, so I guess we're going to see what's going to happen here. But I do have a feeling we're gonna see this Swift play in the off lane, which is sad because you know me, two things I really love in Han. I love oddball picks and I love classic combos. And you know, everybody knows Glacius Swiftblade is as classic as it possibly can be. So, you know, too bad that torture wasn't a pyro. That's all I gotta say. A little mag pyro middle. Love it, love it. Okay, so. Smack Tricks. Apparently they might be having a Skype problem. Just curious to see what Crazer's ping is. Just sitting in... It's only 40 ms. It's not too bad.
Well, it's always lower on the
we'll do a /PA whenever...
when it starts.
Yeah, let me do an IC. There we go. 5 viewers. Yeah,
we see in the 6 picking up the Maliken, just like you were saying, the Pro Boss definitely plays Maliken to the full extent of a Maliken should be played. I've seen 6 play the Maliken before. He's not too shabby. He's not too shabby. I'm interested to see the lineup. We're gonna have naturally the bubbles initiate. They have some and they could do a Swaggy B on the Magmus initiation too. So they have plenty initiate. Gonna see the early PKs picked up. They have a lot of stun potential, and then 6 just coming in there for the cleanup. We're gonna need to see the PKs picked up on the Axe and potentially the Moira for the counter initiation. We got some bottom lane action going on here.
Magmus is living dangerously. Oh my! If Moraxes was a little bit closer there, that'd have been a dead Magmus for sure. But you know what? You say that, but I have a feeling you're gonna see 4 PKs potentially come out of this Hellborn team. If they play Swift in the off lane, which I think they're gonna do, I mean, there's a pretty good potential that he's gonna go Blink Elder.
They're gonna need it, as for sure. The Bubbles has the pretty much built-in PK himself, but if he picks that up, it's just gonna be treacherous in the long.
Okay, this is some weird lanes. All right, so they're doing the classic bottom. Okay, so we have a dual lane versus dual lane bottom. That's interesting. Love to get the Ward of Sight down in the jungle, which is nice. I don't know if Torture's gonna be able to counter that or not. Does he have a? He has a. Okay, so
he does have the Rev.
He has a Rev. Let's see if he can actually find it or not. But okay, so they're gonna do the classic. Glacius is picking up a Rev for himself to see. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do with that. Maybe just to counter the Rune Ward. But Magmus is gonna be sitting middle by himself. Oh man, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, he's gonna have a really hard time mid.
Yeah. Moria can box him out with the best. You know, I guess Magmus can Lava Surge away to disjoint her stun, but at the same time, you know, you don't want to burn your mana just to get away like that consistently. But it looks like okay, okay, interesting placing of the Rev Ward.
Yeah, right.
I like that. Is it in range? Is the other one in range? No. Okay, so
the Revs can't see each other.
They can't see each other, but if he does get vision of the Rune Ward, like if he walks past it, it'll sight it. So Drance can't counter that Rune Ward if he gets over there within the next 70 seconds. But top lane matchup, Bubbles versus Puppet Master. This is a pretty interesting matchup. The last time I seen a straight up Bubbles versus Puppet Master was when Swindle Melons played Angry Testy in TMM. And Testy took a dump on him as a Puppet Master middle.
Yeah, I would.
But that was a long time ago.
I would say that the Puppet still does have the upper hand in this fight. Oh
yeah, no doubt. The dual CC, he has the crit auto attack, which I imagine he will. Yeah, he's having the whiplash. And a little bit harass coming out on the Magmus middle.
I'm surprised that he's holding his own too. Swaggy B is one of the best, you know, 1v2s that you can potentially see. You see just disjoint, but the second Moira stun comes out.
Yeah.
He's going to have that all day.
Fuck, just got back. God, how do I need to, like, yeah.
Put on, I think D&D will.
Alright, /D&D. Boom. Do not disturb. Alright. So we have 3 people. Okay, that's not 3 people bottom. That's an illusion.
That's yeah, illusion.
An illusion. We do have the Minotaur coming over. I don't know if he's going to try to get us done. Chunks with the Minotaur, and nothing coming from it. Doing a little scout out with this Glacius illusion in the jungle. He's not really finding anything. I mean, they are... I guess that ward is still doing work. If Drenz was a little bit smart, he would have sent that that illusion down toward the ramp. He would have had a free ward counter. But I guess we have God power. We're the all-seeing eye. We can see what he can't see. So, but Magmus isn't doing too bad. Let's look at the stats. He has 6 creep kills. That's 6 more than I thought he'd have at this point. Versus the Moraxes, which is 20-5, and the Moria 0-3.
Top lane. Oh, top lane.
Okay, the puppet show wasn't in range.
Yeah.
So, and Bubbles is he's faring well.
Kill.
7-3 compared to the 16-3 Puppet Master. So the Puppet Master is taking a dump all over this Bubbles, and it looks like Moria is setting up for something. A little something top. I mean, if she can, she's going in. There it is. There's the Puppet show. Wow, talk about the coordination. Forcing Bubbles to attack the illusion. Oh, wow, okay. I wonder why, I guess Puppet Master thought the tower was going to kill him. He probably could have taken at least 1 or 2 more auto attacks from that tower, not really worried about it. He would have guaranteed the Bloodlust. But that does free up the Magmus to get a little bit of farm in the middle, now that he knows that the Moria was top. So he still does, I guess he needs to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to get jumped from behind. But he has, he's got 3 more CS ever since she's left. And Glacius ends up picking up a regener in bottom. So, oh, looks like they were going to try to jump on the Swiftblade here, but Swift, I guess he spins right at the perfect time. And it looks like Bubbles might fall. Is Bubbles going to fall? Bubbles is going to fall? Yeah, Bubbles fall. So, it wasn't, Moraxes came in there late, but it was just a combination of Moria and Puppet Master. So the Bloodlust kill does go in favor of the Hellborn team. I guess the goal basically is to get as much farm as you can potentially get on the Maliken. Try to get that holy trinity of items. If that's how 6 builds it. I don't know how 6 builds Maliken. But the trinity that we talk about are Whispering Helm, Insanitarius, and BKB. Once you get those 3 items on him, anything else you like to add beyond that, whether it be demonic, rift shards, that's just icing on top of the cake. But once you get those 3 items, Maliken he's pretty much sitting pretty. So I guess the idea is to get as much farm on him as you possibly can. Try to deny Swiftblade and Puppet Master farm, but it looks like his Torch is gonna. Yeah, his Torch is gonna. Kiss my ass. So this Moria he's being super active. Love's doing a lot of work with this Moria. So that's obviously why they didn't pick up the Parasite following the Ophelia pick. But in that same light, I'm surprised the Hellborn team, like I said earlier, didn't follow it up with the Moraxes pick. And maybe they just don't have anybody on their team that can play Moraxes. If we look at stats again, Moraxes leading the way with 38 CS. Sin at almost 400 GPM in that mid lane. He's going to have a PK before you know it. Maybe he does already have. No, he doesn't have a PK. I imagine he finished full boots. Do you have full boots yet? 6 minutes, bottle. Red boots.
He's chilling on the reds, but he may have them in purchase. The courier's out, so.
Yeah. I just don't know. I really don't know.
That's going to be a scary thing whenever the Axe gets the PK.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know what the Legion team intends on doing. Like, the thing about Maliken is you need to make space for him. He's your classic Ricer. And yeah, he can teamfight relatively well, but he's still your classic Ricer. So, you still need, X number of gold on him before he can contribute the way that you want him to. So you essentially need to 4v5 for a certain period of time until,
Bottom lane, we got some...
I don't think they're going to be able to do anything.
Nah.
Glacius only has, what, level 2 on the Ice Imprisonment? So the freeze isn't that long. But like I was saying, he needs space. You need to make space for this hero. There's no doubt about that. He's not a hero that you want him to jump in and fight early on. He doesn't have the attack speed. His attack damage essentially hurts himself. And he's in a really shitty spot right now. He might have to sword throw out. But oh, they actually turned it on the Swiftblade. Never discount the amount of damage auto attacks can do.
The
Moria got boxed out by oh, nice. Moria got boxed out by... She was going for the torture. She did.
Actually might get turned if Swaggy B finds him, but no.
That was great. Gets boxed out by the minions. Too good. I guess that is one nice thing about Maliken with the heal sword. He can, he doesn't technically have to go back. He doesn't technically have to have regen ferried out to him. He just needs to stay on his regen sword for a couple creep waves. I mean, it's not ideal because it makes it extremely hard to last hit. But at this level, those guys sort of have it down pat. Puppet Master already sitting at level 8. Nobody even relatively close on the Legion team is starting to pressure the top tower. I have a feeling you're going to see this tower fall here in a minute. What do you think Swiftblade is going to go first item? Do you think we're going to see the aggressive Swiftblade, or do you think we're going to see the, the Abyssal Skull into the Frostburn classic farming Swiftblade that we tend to see in that, in that farming role?
Well, I'd love to see the PK pickup. I'd like to see the 4-man Hellborn PK just initiation, beat the crap out of the other team, is what they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still too early to tell. It depends on if they can get the boxing on the Maliken Torture bottom lane, if he can get the farm that he needs to get. Other than that, I mean, it still can go any way.
Moria still has 20 seconds left on this Invis. I don't know if she's going to try to do something. I mean, they have a perfect opportunity to just set something up on this Torture, and Torture is still sitting extremely squishy. And I know she's utilizing the Invis right now to scout out this Ophelia to see if they have an opportunity to get a kill. But, is she standing on a Rev Ward? No, she's not standing on a Rev Ward. Okay, there's no Rev Ward here.
Strengths.
Okay, that's his own. So it looks like Moria's going in. I see if they're going to see any follow-up. The Mana Sunder does go on the Torture, but she's just going to back out.
Swift is way too far back.
Yeah. That's a shame. Looks like Trunks is getting a little aggressive.
He did, Love did block the medium camp, though.
Oh, okay. Did he? Is that
with the Invis rune. He walked into it. Or not the medium, the hard camp.
Where am I seeing? Where are you seeing this ward at? Am I missing it?
No, he with the Invis rune.
Okay. I got you. So Chunks is having a hard time, like a really hard time. He's only sitting at 160 gold per minute. I mean, I know he's sitting on that 1 assist, 37 creep kills, but Ophelia, Ophelia is a very gold-dependent hero also. You want to try to get those early items on her, whether it be a Storm Spirit or a Gnomes or, just something that can assist your team, an Astro, try to get an early Astro. And she is nowhere near any of that. She doesn't even have red boots yet. She does have the mana ring, but looks like they're going to try to jump on this Puppet Master top, and they do get the channel off. He's going to fall. So Magmus is going to probably fall in turn. Yeah, Magmus is going to fall. Bubbles hopefully is going to get out here. Yep. So Bubbles does get out, but the channel, nice channel duration. Full channel duration right on top of the Puppet Master to take him down. That's exactly what they needed to do that in Puppet. Sitting at 350 GPM. Free farming top, level 9, highest, well, I guess tied for highest in the game. Now Moraxes with that kill top equals him. But it looks like, what is? Oh, okay, Moria is pulling creeps. Pulling creeps with her illusion from the middle. Oh, man, you can do so much with this hero. This hero is ridiculous. And the moment we say that is the moment we see nerfs. Or we could call it like how fighting games refer to it. They don't call it nerfs and buffs. They call it normalizing. They're going to normalize Moria.
Normalize and stabilize.
Yeah, normalize. They're going to normalize Moria. So Maliken, he's on his way to that Whispering Helm. He does finish his full boots. He has the Helm of the Victim at this point. What's he sitting on right now, gold-wise? 400, so he needs another 500 to get the angry face to make even angrier face. But Puppet Master, he's going right back to tower in this top, or going back to pressuring this tower top. Tower's low. They do pop glyphs, so I don't know if they're going to attempt to defend it, but Bubbles is the only one rolling up here, and I don't think Bubbles by himself is going to be able to do anything. If Puppet Master can keep this... Oh, okay, so... Glacius pulled the creep wave back, so they will have a double wave next time, yes? Yeah, they'll have a double wave. So this tower's going to fall next time, but it looks like they do have a little bit of action here in the middle. They're going to try to jump on this Magmus? No. Okay, so the stun does come out From the Minotaur? No, okay, that must have been Moria's illusion just being de-channeled. But they do get a kill on the Moraxes. Swaggy B with a big stun in. I don't know if they're going to try to pressure the tower following this, but tower top is going to fall. They do have the creep wave enough to knock it down. They have another creep wave coming in right behind it. Full creep wave, so... Bubbles does blink in and uses the ultimate. Puppet Master's in a really shitty spot. Takes 2 splash auto attacks from that Maliken. It looks like Glacius is going to do the same. If Sword Throw comes out, he's done. 3 seconds on Sword Throw, and it is up. He does get the freeze off, but he still can throw it. Throw does come out.
He's still an ulti for him.
One more auto attack, and that's it. Goodbye, Glacius. So that actually turned out pretty well for the Legion team. They did lose the tower top, but so what? Your Maliken got a double tap. It's exactly what you need. So he does he have enough? Oh yeah, he definitely has enough for angry your face. So he can get that item if he wants. And Magmus does a blind stun in on the Moraxes and the Moria and hits both of them. Perfect. Maliken does get set back. Don't know if that was the best decision by Chunks, because he was sitting at full health. They probably could have got a kill there, maybe 2. I guess they were just playing it safe, but instead 3 of them die. I don't know if I like that decision by Chunks to send back the Maliken. He blinked in to follow up the Magmus, sword throw hit, and he disappeared. Boom, right back to base. So I don't know if that was a miscommunication, that Magmus didn't think that he was gonna stun in and stun in on 2 of them. But yeah, that was a really bad exchange. It went from, you know, the Legion team having a slight edge after that nice exchange top to the Hellborn team evening it up, and they're gonna have a nice lead here whenever. Okay, so they went. Okay, I guess he didn't go Whispering Helm. He went first item in Sanitarius. Interesting. All right. I guess he's going for the more team fight right now, as opposed to the sit back and farm right now. So sitting at 360 GPM, he is the top in the game. Well, he's tied with Puppet Master for being top in the game. But it looks like the Hellborn team at this point is going to steal the Legion Ancients. Oh man. I still can't believe he sent it back like that.
Yeah.
That had to be a miscommunication. Had to be. Maybe he thought, oh hey, you know, let's kill this creep wave and then send me back, and then Magma stunned in just to scout, and boom, there was the whole team. So Moraxes does pick up his PK. So Axeman's got the PK. Looks like Swiftblade went standard Energizer. Well, I guess Energizer is not necessarily standard on Swiftblade, but
I would imagine that it is in the suicide role. However, we do see the Puppet Master picking up the Shroud. That's going to be really scary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically he wasn't in the suicide role because he had a sitter Glacius.
Yeah.
So, and most of the time we don't see, even in a suicide role, we don't see an Energizer come out. We see right into the Elder after boots, or he goes first item PK. I don't know what he's gonna build here. He is sitting on 1,800 gold, so if he is gonna pick up that Firebrand, you know, he's not too far off. He's 350 gold off right at this point, but he could pick up the Abyssal Skull. We could see that coming out. I don't know if that was essentially like really help his team. Yeah, you would get the armor buff. No, he's going for the Elder. So he's got the Beast Heart and the gloves, and he did buy a Velderot. So it looks like they're going to try to do something bottom, but the Legion team's pretty much set up for him. So might see something come out here.
Well, we do have shrooms popped, so this is definitely...
So they are going to jump on the Maliken. Maliken does have the Insanitarius, so he can heal himself up a little bit. He pops the Insanitarius. Ophelia Glyph does go off. He's just getting the hell out of dodge. He is in ultimate form, so he can get some decent splash attacks off, but he still has that Insanitarius up. He's going to have to toggle it on and off. Oh, he does toggle it on and off. Wow, what a toggle. So fast. He's frozen. He's going to get caught in the Moria ultimate. He toggles it again. He's still alive. Okay, he's going to fall here. He toggles it again. Oh my god, he's still alive. He's doing so much damage. Jesus Christ. Maliken with the toggles. Holy crap. I wish there was, I don't know if I was clicked on him or not, but this Magmus is in a really bad spot. Spike, if he does get a stun through, he's going to get 2 kills. He gets a 3rd kill. Oh my god. Swaggy B with the huge plays. What a turn. What the fuck just happened? What happened? They both, what? Wait, what happened?
That was some pro plays from 6, toggling that Insanitarius
What
just
the
at the right
fuck
moments. If
happened?
I'm not mistaken, he had
Like,
less than 4
he had like
health.
4 or 5 toggles. What? How does that even happen? With like 4 people on top of him. It wasn't even like he was toggling when he was away from people. He was in the middle of being auto-attacked, and he toggled like 4 or 5 times. Holy shit, that's definitely getting posted to Reddit for sure. That was one of the craziest toggle jobs I've ever seen. That kind of sounded a little bit dirty. Didn't it? A little bit toggle job? Alright, I'm just going to leave that alone. Alright, so back to the game. We do have a still a 3,000 gold lead in favor of the Hellborn team. But
we're
yeah,
dead.
the game is close.
Yeah.
Maliken's 3-1-4, 370 GPM. I don't know how the hell he survived that last fight. Gold is respectable. I mean, we have the Puppet Master and the Swiftblade sitting pretty. They're sitting high. Moraxes is flirting with that 300 GPM mark, and Magmus is close to it, I guess. But it looks like, okay, so here we go. We got Maliken picking up another Helm of the Victim, which I'm assuming is going to be a Whispering Helm. I don't think you can make Helm of the Victim into anything else besides Whispering Helm and Insanitarius anymore. You used to be able to do Shamans, but it looks like Magnus is going to fall middle to Puppet Master, who does go the early Shroud.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to go Shroud straight into the Hellflower, which is pretty interesting. We're not going to see Whispering Helm come out for him. But this is a pretty entertaining game. Not too bad.
Stop, Moira.
And Zub's going to get away?
Oh, it looks
She's
like
popping. Oh wow! Okay, yeah. I don't know. Do the shards?
I think they go through. Yeah, I think they go through vision.
Destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Are they gonna be able to get a jump here? No. Curious if Maliken might pick up a PK. Because sword throw is great for sword throwing in, popping the ultimate. But it's better to PK in an ultimate and then be able to use a sword throw to either to chase or to escape. So he might end up picking up a PK himself. Torture, man. Torture is hurting. 120 GPM, only 7 creep kills, playing that super support role, only sitting on red boots and 2 iron brand, or oh goodness, minor totems. A little Dota leaking out of me. But objectives wise, oh man, the Hellborn team is looking so much better. That's basically where the gold lead is, guys. The Hellborn team has 2 more towers than the Legion team, which basically, at that point, you're looking at least 2,000 gold. So, I mean, we have a 2,800 gold difference. The game at this point is almost dead even. Hellborn team with a slight experience lead, slight gold lead, but that's because Maliken is sort of off by himself, and the rest of the Legion team is sort of hugging together. The Hellborn team is doing a little bit better job split pushing. But this Puppet Master, 600 crit coming out of Shroud. Not too shabby. So getting like a 340 on a general splash. That's pretty good. Looks like Drance has some pretty offensive wards here. He has one of my favorite wards. Absolutely love that spot. If he would put a little bit to the right, just a little bit to the right, he'd have full sight of the Ancients and the ramp. But I still love that ward spot. And it looks like we're at a point in the game where they're just going to sit back and farm. Swift does pick up the Elder. I imagine the PK is going to follow. So he has some serious chase down. There's no doubt about that. Serious chase down, serious auto attacks. If he doesn't pop the Elder, being the agility hero that he is sitting on, does get base armor increase every single time he levels up more than, any other class. But he is sitting on 41% reduction already. So, the Elder can be more or less a cleanup tool and not necessarily... Like, a lot of people think that Elder, in that regard, that you want to blink in, pop it immediately. And you don't have to do that. Like, Elder, you don't have to put yourself in a position where you take more damage. And it looks like that Bubbles gets killed by... Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Not again. But Puppet Master does get a pick on the Bubbles top. So right now, this is where the Hellborn team, they're really shining through. They need to... Oh man, Maliken. Is Maliken going to jump in? Okay, he does land an ultimate on 3 of them. His splash damage is coming out, and he's got both angry faces up. Moria ultimate does come out to delay him. I think this Moraxes is just going to run away. He's by himself. I don't know what he's chilling around for. He's got the invincibility rune, aka the haste rune. And he jets on out of there. He just boards.
Krazer just picked up a firebrand.
Wait, what?
Krazer on the Swiftblade just picked up a firebrand, so interesting. It looks like we're going more carry potential
yeah,
than.
Why would he pick up the Elder? Why wouldn't he go on an Abyssal Skull?
Yeah. Well, I guess that he is the pretty much only melee, with the exception of the axe. I mean, it's not really benefiting anybody, with the exception of those two.
Yeah, I mean, if he covers the attack speed over, say, survivability. I mean, the Elder does give you a little bit of health, and it gives you, you know,
armor.
That life steal. I don't think does Elder give you armor? Whoa.
Yeah, it does.
No, it only gives you.
No, not Elder.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but the armor goes to your whole team. So I'm really curious. Wonder why the hell? Wow, that's like freaking out. If I hover over the.
Yeah, it's because the thing goes through.
All right, yeah, there we go. That's very weird. Let's look at the GPM scale right here. So, you know, Maliken's still holding his own. 400 GPM. He's the only one over the 400 mark, but Puppet Master and Swiftblade are flirting with it. Damage. I'm gonna make a guess and say Puppet Master is highest in the game for damage. Let me see. Yes. Wow. Okay. Just 1% over that Maliken, but Chunks he's out in no man's land. Why is he so far across? Okay, huge. Did Magmus toggle his ultimate? Okay, no, he did not. Swiftblade, Swift slashes everywhere. So much carnage going on. Maliken does blink in. He's landing huge splash attacks on that Puppet Master. He does get stunned out by the Moria. Moria. Wow, okay, huge toggle. Okay, so somebody's got DD, yeah.
Serial killer.
That's just a bad exchange. That started off terribly. Like, Ophelia was just in a bad spot. Like, on that side of the river, obviously the Magmus and the Maliken can blink up the ledge, but nobody else in the team can. Well, I guess Bubbles can go up the ledge too, but you don't want to bait with your Ophelia. Your Ophelia that's only sitting on an Astro and red boots. 900 life. She can just get bursted so quick. Especially if she can get bursted in the duration of a puppet show. But right now, GPM's looking ugly. This Puppet Master is just continuing to go up, and he's right on the cusp of a Hellflower. He needs another 700 gold, I'm guessing, unless he has something sitting in his stash that I don't know about. And the full boots do get completed on the Ophelia, so...
Yeah, he's actually has the Hellflower now.
Okay, there it is. There's the Hellflower. So I'm curious what the next item's going to be. I imagine it'll be BKB. But one thing, you know, you have to note, BKB isn't going to do shit against Fear. So if Maliken does, you know, land an ultimate in the vicinity of that Puppet Master, he's just going to get scared and run around for the next 2 seconds, regardless if he's got BKB up or not. And that splash still goes through it. So, I don't know, maybe he might just go sheer damage. I guess Swiftblade is playing that glass cannon roll, because in picking up that Elder, he can't pick up a BKB. So, curious what else he's going to go. I imagine he'll finish the Frostburn. Maybe even go into a full Dawnbringer. I don't know, maybe he'll go Geos.
I actually like the Dawnbringer in this game. You don't really see much strength heroes on the Legion team, so he's going to really be putting out a lot of damage. Look at the Puppet Master bottom here.
Goodbye, Maliken. Oh, okay, he toggled! Ah! Tell you what, man, that Puppet Master is hitting so hard. So hard. And Glacius falls middle. I'm the worst caster in the world. Looks like they're going to jump on this Magmus middle. Mana Center does come out. Spin's coming out. Bang. Magmus falls. So the lead's growing. I don't know what the Legion team want to do. They still need to push top tower. Still need to push bottom tower. That's a quick 2k gold.
Looks like they might be eyeing up Kong here.
Yeah, I think they're going to take it.
And I don't think there's much...
Kong needs, like, Swiftblade needs to get the aggro off of him. There we go. There's the aggro switch.
Yeah, I don't really think the Legion team can really do anything
about
it unless...
They have no idea it's happening.
Well, not only that, but even if they could stop it without 6 on the Maliken, I don't think they could do anything about it. Or the Magmas.
tower.
The thing about it is, you can never underestimate a
Kongor has
Magmus
been
ulti.
slain.
You know, a Magmus ulti, a well-positioned Magmus ulti can completely swing any fight, especially after he hits 16. You know, that's like 950 damage AoE to everybody. And, you know, you still have characters like the Puppet Master who's only sitting on 1290 health, or the Glacius that can melt from an entire Magmus ulti, or the Moria. You know, they all can die from just a Magmus ulti. But it's all about solid positioning. And we saw Magmus get picked off middle by that Puppet Master. Bubbles get picked off top by the Puppet Master. Like, the one thing the Legion team needs to do at this point, if they, you know, they're going to try to let this Maliken farm up as much as they possibly can. But in that same light, you know, they need to stay as 4 just because they can't let those other individual heroes get picked off. Because if they do, that just allows the Hellborn team pretty much free reign. You know, this Legion team is a team fight team. There's no doubt about it. And the Hellborn team has relatively decent team fight also. But the Legion team, that's all they have. They don't have individual pick-off ability. Not like the Hellborn team does. So, look at the GPM chart here again. Puppet Master flirting with that 500 GPM mark. It's getting scary. Getting scary. No buybacks have been used. That's good. But Maliken looks like he's on his way to that BKB. What's he need?
So is the Puppet.
He needs 100 gold. 100 gold, he's got the BKB. So I don't know, is that the timing? I mean, do you want to sit and wait for... Do you think they should sit and wait for the token to run out?
I don't know if the Legion can actually afford that. Yeah, they need an excellent mag, PK stun, maybe even PK stun ulti, flip a team fight around, and potentially push a couple towers anyway.
Like, I think the longer this game goes, the better position the Hellborn team's in, just because I think the heroes on... I'm sorry, not the Hellborn team, but the Legion team. I think the longer this game goes, the better for the Legion team, just because, you know, the heroes... There are heroes that can utilize items like Sheepstick a little bit better than the heroes on the Hellborn team. Like, you're never going to see a Glacius pick up a Sheepstick. You're never going to see a Moria pick up a Sheepstick. But you might see a Bubbles pick up a Sheepstick. And obviously that scales with his auto attack damage. At this point in time, I don't, you know, I think the Legion team is probably just going to forego all the outer towers and fight from their base. Because they do have, for the most part, you know, with the exception of that Ophelia, they do have AoE ultis. And they can get some decent damage out AoE. And maybe burn 1 or 2 of the heroes before the Hellborn team can respond, in the sense that, you know, their CC is removed. But I don't know. This Swiftblade sitting on 2-minute token. If I was the Hellborn team, see, why is Magmus up that far by himself? I just don't understand. Like, why are they not staying as like 4 or 5? If you're gonna show one person in the lane, which I have no problem with that, have 3 people in the jungle. You know, your heroes don't have that kind of farm regardless. So it's not like you're gonna increase the individual farm by sending them off and split pushing like that. I don't understand. For the most part, that's been the downfall of this Legion team. You know, they fought well as a team when the time, you know, has presented itself. But for the most part, the reason why the Hellborn team has the 12k gold lead and 14k experience lead is because of the individual pickoffs, specifically coming from the Puppet Master, which has furthered that 488 GPM that he's sitting at right now. And it looks like they're going to get the last outer tower, and I don't know. I mean, at this point in time, as far up as they are, without any follow-up items coming from the Legion team, they're pretty much free to push into the base if they want to. I mean, Moraxes is sitting on 30 armor. 30 armor. With that Sackstone and that Bulwark. It's crazy. Puppet Master's not sitting on anything, but he is. Looks like he is going to go to the BKB, so he does finish the BKB. Glacius has an eye, so they're going to have complete map control here. Like, I don't know what the Hellborn team... I mean, I don't know what the Legion team is going to do at this point. Like, Bandcamp is running away with this.
Yeah, there's not really much that they can do. We're going to see a ballsy Maliken here in a second.
Well, I think Maliken, and this is what they need to do. Like, if Maliken's the only person that can really tank any kind of damage, and it's sad because obviously he's your DPS, so you don't want him to get locked down or you don't want him to get bursted on. But at the same time, if you're going to push out, you know, push out to whether it's to clear jungle creeps or to clear lane creeps, you need him in the front. You can't have any other hero in the front. There's nobody else going to be in the front, because if they are, they're instantly going to get bursted. And if they do get bursted in that same light, you're looking at a 4v5, and then that fight's over. You have to run. Like, you can't man up on a 4v5 versus the other team because of how far ahead they are. Like, they just have that second round of items that don't let you continue the fight. So, I mean, I guess ultimately maybe we'll see like a Storm Spirit come out to try to keep this Maliken alive. But, you know, Maliken's one of those heroes, I don't know how to describe him. Like, you need him to consistently be auto-attacking. Like, you never want to take him out of the fight, even if it is with a Storm Spirit from your own team. Especially when he's in ulti form, because his ultimate is hitting everybody. Like, that splash damage is crucial in burning down people in an AoE sense. And so I just don't know. I don't know what direction the Legion team is going to go. And this
blue top.
Yeah, he's in a really bad spot.
That's
he's
that's a dead in the 6. Holy crap.
Yeah, he forced him to attack his own puppet. So 6 basically killed himself. I don't know if 6 had the Insanitarius pop too. He might have. If he did, he would have killed himself even quicker. I mean, when you puppet show, it's not fatal, but the auto attacks that come out from Puppet Master are fatal. So, but this Moria sitting on a PK, like, this game is looking really grim right now.
He's critting for 800 puppet now.
And Swiftblade does finish the full Frostburn. Like, they're free right now. I mean, if anything, they want to try to burn the buyback on Maliken, or at least force it out. If they can force out the buyback, that's great, because then he's down. You know, he's got his Trinity, but at the same time, nobody has any, and nobody else on his team has anything. Fire Vanish, what a game! Fire Vanish, this game was actually really great. Like, there was some really good team fights. So watch the VOD. Really good team fights. At this point, it's kind of lousy, but I don't know. There might be some kind of crazy comeback. Like I said, the Legion team has relatively decent team fight if they can get their stuff off with some kind of synergy. What am I?
We have some chat going in between Swaggy B and Love. Swaggy B says, "I don't get why they just don't push." Whoops, WC. And then Love says, "I don't get why they just haven't CC'd." Whoops, WC.
Oh wow! Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just fight? At least get one team fight out.
Swaggy B said, "Nice respect." Said they just CC'd it.
Wow.
Massacre.
Okay, wasn't expecting that, but all right, that's great.
Little bit of smack talking.